Okay, no worries. So we will create a data window control. The data window control. We need what happened? Google class. Correct. Tell me. One second. I am back. So we have already one data window which is on society, right? So, but let's create a new for this one. Let's not make so complicated at this time. Grid type. Be my society grid. You can open from here as well. Okay. Right. Perfect. That's all. Okay. Now you want to just search based on ID or based on society name. Let's go one by one step, right? Let's go one by one step, right? So what we will do, because what we want to do is we want to achieve this particular window, right? So uh, no, I what because we don't have any data so far, so let's have one more button. This is my search. Okay, and then I should have one you know button for joining, right? That join. Okay, and then let's have one here, create, right? Okay, so now because we don't have any data, so what we should do is let's open that window W my society. Oops, oh, this is a blank one. This is the same one. Where is that free form one gone? Created one, right? 1 second. Create society. Yeah, W create sock. W create sock. Script open. W underscore CREAT create underscore SOC. Okay. Now let me tell you one interesting thing. Yeah. So far you have used main and MDI, right? Let's use a response window today. Let's use a response window. So what is a response window? Let's make this window as a response window. Okay, let me make this window as a, what the heck? Okay, response window. Okay, and now I'm opening this response window from here. Okay, now let's see. Okay, W underscore my SOC. Ignore no, not no. Oh, layered should be with exclamation mark. Now let me run it. Okay, create a society. There is nothing, right? So let me go and create my own society. New, right? So society ID is 101. Society name is Vajra Vista. Unit, let's say 36, right? That's all. And save it. Data saved successfully. But that record, let me display that record in this data window. Yeah. So that you should know that my society is created. Okay. So let's go to this screen. W create society. Okay. DW underscore 2 dot retrieve, retrieve. Okay. And then, oops, and this DW2 dot retrieve, when you are saving this, I don't want to see one more message. I know if data is retrieved successfully, I should be able to see this one. That's all. Okay, let's do that now. One more thing, right? So you can see here that the data is coming, right? Why? Because we have called a retrieve function. What a retrieve function does? Retrieve function retrieves the data from backend. I'll explain, you guys in detail. Don't worry. Yeah? Okay, so this doesn't look nice until you click on new, right? So what we should do is, at least we should, at least this screen should be displayed, right? So what we can do is we can, execute the script which is written here. So there are two way on at the open event, right? So let's do one thing. dw what was the name of that button? cv new. Okay, so either I can write these two things. What I can do is I can take this script and copy from here and paste open event of the window, right? Or there is one more way. What is that? It provides, Power Builder gives a trigger event function. What is that? cb underscore new dot trigger trigger event. Okay, which event? clicked, clicked event. What it means? Hey, you know, whatever you do on click event, that can be done programmatically. How? cb underscore new dot trigger event clicked. So what you are telling computer is, hey, you trigger the event of this command button. And which event? Clicked event. Now let's see how it works. See, this is coming by itself now, right? 102, let's say Niladri, save it. Oops, number of unit, let's say 36, save it. You know why there is some error occurring, uh, and we are not displaying the error, so that is the reason we are not able to see. Okay, no worries. Do this. Let me try once again. 102 NILADRI unit, let's say 45, save it. Oops, why? Oh, हाँ? नहीं वो update property is fine because we saved only, already one record, right? So it was giving some error. uh, See, what we have done is it was saved. Basically we have done something wrong here. When I'm saving the record, right? See, when it is successfully saved, then it should retrieve. Nah, we are retrieving when it is failed, right? So we have primary key on this SOC ID. So it was already saved, and when we click, so it was giving some error. So on error event, it got retrieved. Yeah, get to know one second. 103. Let's say anything UNDELKHA and even the L khand 56. Yeah, save it. Yeah, it is saved now, right? So this is how it is. One more thing, when you save it, right, you should click for the next society like that only, like the new button, so that you can, anyway, that's fine. So now we have saved it, but those societies should be available to join, right? So let me retrieve. This is fine, done screen. Let me close this also. Let me go to my sock. Hmm? I'll retrieve this data also. dw underscore one dot set trans object sqlca dw underscore one dot retrieve retrieve. Okay, control s, right? Perfect. So now you can go and run this. You can see these are three societies, right? So if I select a record, it should be selected the the complete one, right? Complete row, not just one column. So there is a function called. Acha, one more thing. Oops, my power builder is closed. When I click here, okay, who joined? Oh, Sonam, you are very late, but no worries. I'm recording this session. Okay, so so you can see, like, on click event, there are so many event of data window control. Click event dw underscore one, sorry, this dot select row zero. Okay, elephant row. These two lines. Okay, one more thing I'm going to do. I'll explain you guys. Okay, don't worry. One more thing I want to do. See, I'm not going to, do any change in this one. So what I want to do is I want to make this data windows column read only. Okay, how can I do that? Go to my data window. First, let me show you the problem statement. Okay, finish, then this, right? See, I can delete it, right? But it is not deleted from the database, but it is deleted from the data window, right? I'm not going to save this data window. So what should I do? I should make these columns at read only. Okay, how do I do that? There is a, this is a tab order. Okay, it has 10, 20, 30, 40. You know what does it mean? It means that if you will press a tab key, it means that if you will press a tab key, it will move in that sequence, right? I'm pressing tab key, it is going to that column, right? Like that. Yeah. So let me make this tab order as 0 and select 0 0. Okay, perfect. Let me see, there are many more columns, all are set. Oh, this is not set. Right, now you can see that this is perfectly fine, right? Okay, now whatever the row you have selected, you want to join, right? That society. So what we want to do on join, we want to create a request, right? So let's create, we want to put an entry in a request table. We want to put an entry in request table. So let's do that. Let me create a table. Let me create a table. How do I do that? I'll go to the database. I'll go here, create new table, and the names of the tables are, columns are request ID, request underscore ID. It will be in numeric 10,0 is fine. It should be null. Now let me do one more thing, and society ID, SOCIET society ID. Let's say 10,0, whatever it was. What else? User ID. User ID. So user ID is like, who is raising that request. That is worker. What was the user ID size? I don't remember, but it was looks like 100. And then the guy who is going to approve it, right? So APPROVD approved by worker, approved on APPROVD approved on, means on what date it was approved, right? This is my table. What is my table name? Let's say join request request. Okay, let me create a primary key. Each table should have a primary key. Okay, Control S. Perfect. One second, let me bring my charger.
बाहर बैठोगे कि अंदर?
So what we did, okay, we created a table, right? So now what we are going to do is we are going to click on join button, join button, and on join button I want to open a small window. Oops. Or what I can do is basically I want to take the input, okay, of this guy, like that, okay, to which unit he belongs to, right? So uh, either I can open a window or I can take here only, right? So let's use this space only, yeah, unit number. So let's keep this join button here. So I can take these two. Oh, I think I did a mistake. What is that mistake? What was my table? Join request. Join request, yeah. Alter table. Oh, all are not null, right? So when I'm creating my request, right? When I'm creating my request, these columns will be nullable. Okay, these columns will be nullable. Sorry, these columns will be null because I'm just creating my request. It will be filled when a person will approve, right? When a candidate will approve these requests, then only these columns will be filled, right? So, and I have set null as no. So it means that I will not be able to create a record if I will not provide these two values, right? Oh, there is no provision. Okay, what should I do then? I have to create again or what? There is a way. Join request. Export syntax. Okay, yeah, it creates like this. Control C. Okay, so this is created. Let me look at this. Oh man, 1 second. Control L is the shortcut to run a SQL. Done. Now it was not done because like in previous SQL, in some database you have to explicitly define as null, I believe. So let's do that. Approved by this null, date as null. Okay, let's check that now. Control L. Okay, I'll see. Alter table. Oh man, what I'm doing? Something's wrong. Something is wrong. How do I do that? Ah, perfect. Let me try with that. I think it is done. Sometimes it doesn't show here. This is just a nullable no is coming. Hmm. Let's try that option which you are telling me. Let me comment this. ALTER alter table. Control C. Control V. MODIFI modify. This approved by Control C. Control V. Modify approved by where care 100. Okay, null. Okay, let us execute this. Control L. Okay, which column? Approved by. Properties. Null label. What the heck, yeah? Why? I'm saying null. No worries here. Let me just drop this table. Okay. Maybe you are right. From here, right? We would have refreshed this. Sometimes what happens, it doesn't display, but it does that work because it saves this information, the metadata, in somewhere in Power Builder itself. Okay. But anyway, I have done that now. So let me create a new table again. REQ request ID. It is not a very big table. Numeric 10. What was the other column? Society associate society underscore ID. Perfect. User ID, user underscore ID. It was webcam. Sorry. P100. there was one more column. Let's check here. Approved by and approved on. APPROVD approved underscore by, approved on APPROVD approved underscore on. Okay, on means date. Date. Okay, now इससे पहले कोई गड़बड़ हो जाए, let me put it as S. समझ रहे हैं भाई, परेशान क्यों हो रहे हैं? How do I remove this? What? Delete. How do I delete this report? Delete. यार क्या बकवास है यहाँ पे? Oh man, it is irritating me. Delete column नहीं, हाँ delete column. ठीक है. Approved by is also nullable field. Now let's save it. Control S. Join request request. Save it. Already exist. Yes. That is there in the memory actually somewhere. Control S. Join request A.
तुम्हारा चार्जर कहाँ है? लैपटॉप में।
1 second. summary key based on the request. Save it. Okay. Now we will have two columns. And then we have this. ना मुझे भी नहीं चाहिए मुझे हाँ बाद में ले लो यार this laptop is not right actually. Okay, so we will select a record from here, right? And then unit ID from here, and the what were two fields? Unit number and area. Okay. When you click on join, what we will do is we will put some validation, right? Unit area. Unit area. So the unit.txt ls underscore unit. Okay. Unit oh, we have not added a unit number in that table, right? Yes. Okay. No worries, we'll see that later. No, we should tell that, okay, which unit number. I'll check that unit number and the area. Right? He has to tell which unit and what areas, right? So, right? One second. Let me look at that table. What was my table? Hmm? Request ID, society ID, and user ID. Okay, request ID, society ID, user ID. So user ID is stored in the global variable. Request ID is auto-generated, right? And unit number you will, but we have not defined the unit number. Can I do now? I think I can do that. Oh, I would have deleted the complete unit number. Okay, let's keep it a string. Varchar unit number. 10 digit is 10 character is fine. Let's keep 50 character. Okay, okay, this is fine. So area, I need area also. I want area also. AREA means how much square feet. Yeah. So let's keep it numeric. Okay. Let's save it. Perfect. So request ID, society ID, user ID. Yeah. So what we are going to do is insert into this table. Let's define the column name request request underscore ID, comma society underscore ID, comma user underscore ID, comma unit unit underscore number, comma what else, area, right? So you should have these 5 values in your hand, then only you can run this insert statement. Yeah. See why I have not used the data window control and all, because I am getting, I'm going to insert just one record and I'm getting few value from this screen, from this data window, and 2 values from this, right? So that is the reason I'm just creating, oh, what happened to this? Yeah, so I'm just creating an insert statement. Okay, so I need, before executing the insert statement, I should put all the validations, like is this area, right, should be in numeric, right, should not be in minus, right, something like that, whatever I want to do, right? Okay, so script, I got this ls unit, I guess this one, right? Request id, request id is a kind of generic number, yeah, like kind of a sequence. Okay, so let me do one thing. I think oh, again I would have made this column as an identity column so that it can increase by itself, but no worries. Hmm? Let's do one thing. uh, Select max from oh, control C from this. Okay, ll underscore max into, and then ll underscore max equal to, let me keep, right, ll underscore max plus 1, or I have defined allow and integer, integer. Let me take it a big number, long ll underscore max, local long, right? And then the request ID, I will be using this one. Yeah, request ID, society ID. What is my society ID? Society ID. Oops, ignore, no, no. Acha, max of what? Right. QUSD request underscore ID. Control S. Right. And then I will enter these values and will save. Okay, how do I get that value? Whatever the row is selected here, okay, I will get that record value. Okay, how do I do get? Okay, so whatever the data, whatever the record I have, you know, selected here, I want to get the value of that particular society ID. So how do I do that? Okay, so how do I do that? Select row, selected row. Okay, so what I can do is I know this row number, the row number which is selected. Okay, so let me keep uh, if row is greater than 1, then this, and if, okay, now what I'll do is I'll define an instance variable li uh, int or integer li underscore row. Okay, and then one click event of this one li underscore row, I will assign this value. Okay, now what I will do is I will go here. We will discuss in detail, don't worry. Huh? Script dw underscore one dot get itm item number li underscore row. Oops, it should not be li underscore row, it should be ii underscore row. Yeah, because it was an instance variable, right? Though it will not give an error, but naming convention perspective. Okay, user ID is gs underscore user underscore id. Okay, unit number is this one. Okay, area is this one. You will put all the validations by yourselves, and what I will do is I will keep this code also somewhere so that you can refer to this code. Somewhere we have this click event is fine, but there is one more place. Yes, here. Okay, so okay, COW commit using SQL. Okay, now let's see how it works. Finish, enter, go to this. I belong to this society. Okay, I was don't 01 is my unit number 1090 area bar so join. Oh, something is wrong. I row. What is the column name? SOC underscore ID. Yes. What is happening here? I row. Why this row is not getting selected? Oops. Sorry. I'm getting late actually for something. 1 second. Well, I think then we need to just. The thing is saved. Okay, we'll see what is wrong. Uh, we can capture that error. So I'll share that code, this code. Okay, the idea is to create like this. Okay, that is skin. I'll share the code also in Google Drive. You can access that code just to refer that, right? and then you create your own window. Okay, I'll explain you guys these functions and all whatever we have used today in detail tomorrow. Okay.